2026, and I have one of my longtime besties on the show today. I've got Dawn Whitney. Dawn,
Hi.
you have made it to see me in LA.
I know. And it's been 20, how long? 20 years we've been friends.
Yes, a
I
long
can't even believe
time.
it.
I can't believe that you're older than 20.
I know. It's
I
hard to
know.
believe.
I know. I know.
But
That
you and
means, that
I,
means I'm only 18.
No, I didn't say that about you. I said it about Dawn.
I'm not sure how I got excluded from the age gap here.
I'm lucky. I have some Italian genes.
I
It's
love
olive oil and wine, both of those.
Oh, well, if you don't know Dawn, you really should get to know Dawn because she's one of the most fabulous women that you will ever encounter. Definitely somebody that puts everyone else at the center of the spotlight. You really recognize and tease out the best of everyone. So give the audience an idea of who you are, what you do, and then let's just talk.
Let's just talk.
Yeah.
Okay. So the main reason I'm here is because I am here to represent, I'm a board member for Bluebird Leaders.
Yes.
And we are all a part of Bluebird Leaders. And so that's the main reason I'm here. And Rebecca, I miss you. We miss you.
Yeah.
So Bluebird Leaders is such an incredible community of women leaders
It is.
and men, allies and sponsors. And so that's one of the things that I love the most about these kind of conferences is that I just did a post about this. You walk in to these conferences and you're like, who do I know?
Right.
You're seeking someone
Right.
that maybe you, so you can feel safe.
Mhm.
But within minutes, like I ran in to get my badge yesterday and I thought, oh, I'm just going to run in and run out.
Mhm.
And I saw like 7 bluebirds.
Yeah.
And of course we had to stop, take pictures.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, it's amazing.
Everywhere now.
Everywhere.
Rebecca Woods has put together a behemoth of an organization, and it's taken, fire.
It has.
has.
And it's such a beautiful community of women supporting women at every level of leadership,
Yes.
but men also being in the room and
Yeah.
being a sponsor, being a mentor, being an ally. It's just, it's beautiful. So
I get a lot from being in that room. I know my first keynote with Rebecca was in Atlanta when she brought
Yep.
forward Atlanta, and I usually don't get nervous before I step on stage. I get
You were nervous.
fine.
No, you were nervous.
Really?
Yes, I said to Mike, I'm like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "I never." He's sweating, and I was like,
Well,
"What?"
yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
The lights were
I
bright.
can't, I
Yeah.
can't mess this up. I've got a room full of women here. I'm getting ready to have a speech in front of them.
That was a wonderful speech
Thank
about
you
your
very
mother and
Yeah.
your grandmother. I mean, it was so empowering.
But it's how to give back to this industry that is really, there are women all over it.
Yes.
Women with leadership,
Yes.
every nook and cranny of healthcare. And as I learned early in my career, we would all be dead without nurses.
That's
And
right.
Nurses who taught me what I would be. And I have one that said, she's not a nurse that I hope she'll be when I brought her to my co-house, because I still would need 911 and somebody out there to help me out.
Yeah.
But I want to hear, and I want you to tell the audience
Yeah.
your little backstory
Okay.
of how you come to be this Dawn Whitney.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So many years of failures and learnings, which I embrace. And I feel like we should plug, because we're both wearing them, our
I know.
sneaks.
Yeah.
Sarah Blakely, CEO of Sneaks, who is actually an inspiration to me because
Yeah.
she tells a story about how when she was a child and she would come home from school, her and her brother would sit at the kitchen table and her dad would say, what did you fail at today?
Yeah.
And do you love that story?
I love that
And there's a
story.
whole thing about it. And I remember watching that thinking, yes,
Yeah.
why are we afraid to fail? And
Yeah.
so I've done quite a bit of it. So this is my third company, Elevate X. And it came out of, well, I'll back up.
Okay.
So the first company I had was a healthcare IT staffing company.
Mhm.
Started it in 2005
Okay.
and sold it in 2021.
Okay.
And that was a success.
Yeah.
And it was the most beautiful company that I could ever have envisioned in terms of culture and the people that came to work for me that I learned from and that I watched grow and go on to be super successful. And it was a blessing. It was absolutely a blessing. And then in the middle of owning that company, my CFO said, Dawn, you know everybody in healthcare. why don't you start a travel nurse company? You're gonna love this. And I was like, yeah, how hard can that be? I mean, there's thousands of
Yeah.
them out there, but there's such a need for
Yeah.
travelers.
Yeah.
Well, we did a little bit of research, but not a ton of research. He was going at the time to invest in the company. I don't even know if you know the story. And I hired the staff. We were ready to go live. And within like a day before, 2 days before, he decided to back out. Yeah, wasn't good. So, I mean, he still stayed my CFO, but it was not a good I was like, what? Why are you doing this? He's like, well, I'm going to invest in this other thing. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I was in because I had already made the commitment. We were ready to launch. And so that wasn't the best start, but within 4 years, we were able to we got JCO certified, which you know how hard that is.
Yeah.
And as a staffing company,
That's
super hard.
really hard.
Really hard.
Yes.
And we started out with like, I don't know, maybe 10 nurses.
Yeah.
And by the time I actually ended up getting that company to a level where we were able to sell it. And
Right before COVID.
right before COVID, which was really bad timing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and I like this story for
Yes.
that reason of
know.
sometimes as a woman you might go, or even as a man, to be honest, oh gosh, woulda, coulda, shoulda. And then you
Right.
put all of
Yes.
that backstory that
Right.
And you
was
get
never
stuck.
yours to own.
Right.
Right. And you
Yeah.
get stuck in the, well, I should have done this and I should have
Right.
done. But see, all of these things were lessons.
Right.
All of them for me.
Right.
And I had no idea what they were, right?
Most people don't in life.
No.
I mean, I wish I were on Reddit for GameStop.
Uh,
I mean, woulda, shoulda. I just
Exactly.
opened up my computer that day.
wish I would have bought silver. Wish
Yeah, exactly.
But you're 100% right. People,
Yeah.
they consume all of that.
They do.
Especially in business. If you're an entrepreneur
Yes.
and you have a misstep.
Yes, absolutely. I had a lot of them. So I ended up finally just saying, you know, my heart isn't in travel nursing. I'm not great at it.
Mhm.
And I didn't love it. I wanted to get back into tech. And so at the same time I was running the other company. So I sold the company in 21, the staffing company, worked for that organization for 3 years, learned a lot there and got a lot of great material around culture. So the universe was like, hey, it's time to have an encore.
Uh-huh.
I thought, I'm going to do this again. And so I went to my husband. He's like, well, what are you going to do? What's your next job going to be? And I'm like, babe, I'm going to start another company. And he was like, please don't.
Ryan.
Please don't. And I said, it's going to be different.
Yeah.
This time, it's going to be about 100% about serving from my heart. And I'm going to take all the lessons that I learned, all the things I learned from my mentors, and I'm going to put it all together and I'm going to become the best transformational mindset coach that's out there.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And that's what I do today.
Yeah. And
I love it.
More and more because I think when I first met you, it was primarily under the umbrella of an executive recruiter.
Right. That's right.
And you are fabulous at that,
Thank
by the
you.
way, because you bring all your best matchmaking qualities out when you do that.
Mm,
That being said, then you also had begun to move into that transformational mindset coaching,
yep.
which I learned so much from. And now you are almost pivoting again, and the universe is calling you in a new direction.
Yes.
So I want everybody to know more about that.
Yes. Okay. So this is the exciting part is the company's been open 2 years in May. And again, another lesson of you start something and then you can't, we talked about this morning. You can't be pushing constantly and hustling constantly. The hustling is exhausting.
Yeah.
So hustle and grit are two different things.
Yeah.
And the sooner we learn that, the easier it is to allow.
Yeah.
So the pushing doesn't become like, I have to get to the next level. I have to have the next title. I have to have the biggest company. I have to grow. I have to work all the late nights. It's where is my heart? What lights me up? And then you pair that with how do I regulate my nervous system?
Yeah.
No one's doing this. No one is doing this. No one is breathing, right? We did this today. No one's doing breath work before they're going into these big meetings.
Yeah.
No one's visualizing the presentation they're going to do. And so these are all like little hacks, little biohacks that get you thinking differently about your destiny in life.
Mhm.
And so, what I love about this is that I am truly in my space around mindset. So, I'm almost now only exclusively working with organizations, a lot of health systems, but I have a couple companies outside of healthcare that are saying, hey, we have these mid-level leaders, women and men,
Mhm.
that we want to grow to the next level. Some of them are dealing with imposter syndrome. Many of them are dealing with overfunctioning and burnout.
Mhm.
Some of them are just, they're having such a hard time just figuring out where their next step is going to be.
Right.
Can you build a program specifically for them, include one-on-one coaching and then workshops,
Yeah.
in person or virtual? And we've done workshops together.
Yeah.
So we know what that's about.
And they are good
If you
workshops.
want a
Great
workshop,
workshops.
Yeah.
this is your lady right here.
Yeah, you are
And
too.
quick
You
plug
are too.
though, this lady right here will be doing a workshop in April
Yes, at Bluebird Leaders.
at Bluebird Leaders. So again,
Yes, you too.
I have a workshop at Bluebird Leaders.
I know.
April.
We so much
It's
stuff going on.
in Destin, Florida. So go to bluebirdleaders.org and you'll be able to find both of us giving workshops. We're gonna have a great time.
It's going to be
Yeah.
so much fun.
Okay, so the
mi-
mid-level.
So the mid-level.
Yeah.
Okay, that's called the Ascent Collection
Okay.
because we're ascending, right? And then the top program, which I started with, is called the Executive Edge. And I have this program right now happening at one of my most favorite clients is Adventist Health.
All right.
And I love them so much because they've been such a supporter of mine. But they have both programs going on at the
Yeah.
same time right now. And they're a year program. So they're getting like all of Dawn, whether
Nice.
they want it or not. And it's just been fantastic.
I love
So the Executive Edge people are all the VPs and C-level women.
Mhm.
It's exclusively women for Executive Edge, but it doesn't, I think I could feel that changing at some point.
Yeah.
But women just have like we have different things,
Mhm.
right, that we're dealing with than men.
Mhm.
I don't know. Do you feel like you deal with imposter syndrome? Because
I do.
do you?
Yeah.
Okay, some men do, or maybe they don't.
I don't
Maybe
think
they don't
that-
admit it. I don't know.
Right. I told you that, and I won't share publicly who that was. We were at SOAR, and someone
Yes.
that I was very close to that was male said, gosh, I wish that they had something like this for men because I
Okay.
have all of the same things
Okay.
that these women are talking about on stage.
All right.
And I feel bad that I'm admitting this, but I feel bad that I'm even not capable of acknowledging it.
Oh,
And
interesting. All right.
that was a game changer for
Yes.
me. And
Yeah.
again, that introduces back to at the end of the day, we're just all human beings.
Right.
We
trying
are.
to live our lives,
We are.
figure it out, and we're all on a journey and a path. So,
Yeah.
but eye opening.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
eye-opening. I learned very early in my career, on purpose because my corporate life started early, very early on.
Yes.
And it was a rocket ship, and so you're putting the roles on purpose to see when you're going to fail. You've never done this before.
Yes.
So you're just faking it till you make it, and if you don't make it, guess what? You return to the community.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's right. You told me a story about your first.
Yes.
Where was it you were working?
McKesson.
At McKesson.
Yeah.
That's right. I remember.
Yeah.
Natural, which is what they called it.
They,
Yeah.
And that's it was stretching you there, but you were an imposter sitting in this position.
Yes.
Something you've never done before.
right. Right.
And a lot of people are given these jobs. Some are worthy of the opportunity.
Mm.
Some are lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so here's the thing. What if you could think about your imposter syndrome, not to get rid of it,
Mhm.
but to cultivate it so it's a superpower?
Yes.
Yeah. What does that look like?
I mean, well, you're looking at it right here. I mean, this is it.
A fraud.
It's a super. Yeah. I love it. I love it. I see why you keep her around. Yeah.
Keep it well grounded. Well grounded.
It means like if you're someone who over prepares, which
Yeah.
I do none of,
Yeah.
but if you're someone who over prepares for something, you know, you could think that that's maybe a sign of like, I'm not ready yet,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
This imposter syndrome.
Right.
But actually, it just shows that you care.
I love that.
It just shows that you care.
Yeah.
Turn that around in your mind and look
Right.
at it from that lens instead of this is a fault,
Right.
Yeah.
you know? So, yeah.
Well, you say one
love
other thing too that I really love that instead of saying, I'm so nervous, you say,
I'm so excited. I'm
yes,
so grateful that I
Right.
get to do this.
yes.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
Yeah.
I'm so
100%.
grateful that I'm able to meet all the people. I mean, you must feel this way,
We
the
do.
two of
We
you.
do about this show.
Yes.
This show,
Yes.
we're very grateful. We get to bring voices like you in front of our audience and share.
Yes.
But we're very grateful. I'm grateful that I was able to find this wonderful
I
person
know.
that
So great.
complements everything that we do. And a lot of people don't know how to be gracious in that, right?
Yes, I know. You know what I love is when I first met Maureen, you were going through a transition.
Yes.
Right. And because I'm a recruiter and a coach, I deal with a lot of people in transition.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on out there right now.
Yeah.
And if you follow me, you see a lot of the content pieces that I write around this.
Right.
And I remember something that I had heard from Gabby Bernstein, who is a huge mentor of mine, and it sticks for everything, is that obstacles are detours in the right direction. So when you are faced with an opportunity that you've been laid off, or you're being downsized, or you're being fired, or something is happening, look at it as there is something better on the other side. It is a detour
right.
that you wouldn't see
Yeah.
because you're in this, you're dealing with all of this at your job, and you're not looking up and out.
Yeah.
You're just focused here. And so if you just take that off the table and you say, you know what? Maybe I'm going to follow what lights me up, which is what you did.
Yeah. I did.
And you made a list
I did.
of all the things that you wanted to go do, right?
And they all happened.
And they all
They all happened.
I
But
mean,
yeah.
Mike Mosquito look better. Okay.
You were on the checklist for sure.
You know what? This is what I really appreciate about you, though. And you did it, and I don't even think you recognize that you just did this. But John said, when you've been presented an opportunity like a layoff, an opportunity,
So be like,
Oh my God.
opportunity.
I did say that,
You
didn't I?
did.
Wow.
You did. And that
didn't
just
even notice
shows
that.
how powerful reframing your
Oh,
mind can
right.
be.
I am all about the reframe.
Yeah.
All about the reframe.
You know what happens? I just had this conversation yesterday with an individual here at the show.
Yeah.
That went through a layoff,
Mm.
and I won't name the person, but when they went home, the conversation was, "You have been miserable for how long?"
Yes. Because our other person, our significant other knows.
Knows, right?
Yeah.
You've been miserable for how long?
Right.
Like swimming upstream.
Yes.
Every day is
Late
a battle.
nights.
Yeah.
Right.
Guess what? I remember in freeing yourself and hearing these conversations,
Yes.
the conversation on the other side, another buddy of mine just left a position. He said, "You told me this about leaving."
Yeah.
He said, "You feel lighter, happier the moment after
So
the
true.
phone hangs up or the conversation ends." He goes, "It's transformational, but you're scared of that moment of, I don't have this safety."
That's right.
But you have a boat anchor in most cases.
Right.
You don't realize you're just trading water,
Right.
grasping for air.
Right. And what you're talking about is what I call is scarcity.
Yes.
Because we have this mindset and it's conditioned from a very young age
Yeah.
around whatever your belief system is.
Mhm.
Right. So if you believe that you have to work harder, work longer hours, all of those things, then you have this feeling that the bottom's going to drop out at any
Any
point,
Mhm.
and there's a scarcity
Mhm.
around it. I need this job.
And employers will thrive on that too.
Yes, I need to put food on the table. I mean, I hear candidates all the time say, I have to have a job. And I say, you know what? We're going to time out for a second.
Mhm.
That's a scarcity mind thought. And I want you to be able to interrupt it, reframe it.
Right.
Whatever is meant for me will be what comes around the corner. And it's not all this fluff and like woo-woo stuff that I
Yeah.
do. I mean, that's part of it because mindset is 99% of everything. When you
Right.
think about sports and athletes, they all have mindset coaches.
Mhm.
But it's also the tactical work. You have to say, okay, I'm going to make a list of my superpowers.
Mhm.
I'm going to ask people that have worked with me, what are my superpowers? I'm going to come up with my North Star statement, and that's going to be my guiding compass
Yeah.
to what's next.
Right.
But you have to start there.
Yeah.
And you did it. You did it in our, yeah.
I
in our
did. I did.
time
And you know
together.
what is so interesting? You also said, go to other people and ask them,
Yes.
what do you see as my superpower?
Yes.
And I
love
did that.
I love it.
What was really powerful, though, through that exercise is you see things that you don't see in yourself. And
So
you saw
true.
in me things that
Yes.
were possible that I couldn't see.
Yes.
That's why you need a good group of friends. It's the power of having good, close confidants.
Yes.
But it also means you have to have people that are getting you mentally to that next level.
Right.
Having close friends in which you're all just in that same swirl isn't the answer.
No.
And so
Yes.
finding you, Bluebird leaders,
I know.
everyone that's focused on raising everybody up to their best potential.
That's right. Isn't that?
It's just such a difference.
Hey, let's do something fun.
Okay.
Let's tell each other what our superpowers are.
I was actually going to do that. Oh my gosh.
Sorry,
Okay.
we're putting you on the
Yes.
spot. Okay, let's start with Mike.
All
Let's
right.
tell Mike what we think his superpowers are. As we
Okay.
you go first because you're
Okay.
working with him so much.
Oh gosh. Well, I think Mike has a lot of superpowers, but I would say you are so strategic. Nothing that Mike does doesn't come without intense thought, and you're good at reading people and the room. And at the end of the day, your heart is always aligned with what your actions are.
Thank you for that. And that would be, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, and I just want you to notice, and if you're watching, I just want you to notice the energy shift that happens when you tell him that and see how he just kind of, it's
Yeah.
like there's
Yeah.
a thing that changes because we want
To be seen.
we want to be seen. We want to hear those things.
Yeah.
All right, let me think. I have known you
Okay.
for 20 years. Let me think. What? There's so many good things about
know.
you. I would say your biggest superpower that I feel is your ability to make people feel comfortable in their own skin. Sometimes because you're doing a lot of this work too, but just
Yeah.
outside of this, people are putting a lot of pressure on themselves to show up well, and you just meet them right where they are.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, do you feel like that's a good?
I
Yeah.
do feel like a superpower because a lot of people come nervous,
Yes.
whether it's at work
I know.
or here on the show.
Yep.
Like, I'm so nervous, but I'm like, just talk to me.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
talk
It's
to
not like
me.
you haven't talked to me before we got here. And so
I love that.
I also heard that. Like, you make people feel comfortable
You do.
around you.
Yeah.
You do.
There was an event that I went to, and with the president, she said, "I need you to come up here and do this event for me." And so I was like, "Well, we don't know a lot about him. Like, we just know he has a lot of different people around him. We don't know what that." She goes, "You should be worried if there was nobody around him."
Well, that's true.
I love that.
You've got the wrong optic.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
a lot of
That's
people
right.
they have these superpowers that they don't use in the right way. And I've just been very blessed and coached by parents and mentors of mine and
Mhm.
how to be very conscious in the moment
Yeah.
and aware and recognize
In the moment.
and even for my two daughters, I'm raising two wolves, not sheep, right? And so for me, not to take any crap and call it out. I mean, I'm at the point in my career. If you think you're going to do something that might be a little shady, and I'm just going to let it pass, you might catch me on a good day, or you might get to meet Michael.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to meet him, and so
There's that strategy.
I've seen that. I've seen
Yeah.
that. Maybe once, maybe
Yeah.
one time.
Yeah.
I love it. All right,
Yeah. Okay.
let's do you.
Okay.
Okay, you start.
all right.
Okay.
Maureen has the amazing ability to be very strong in the moment
Yes.
when people might want to falter, and I got to experience it firsthand. She's a nurse.
Yes.
She has these very strong but soft abilities to lift you and direct you.
Yeah.
And I watch her do it with other people.
I
And
see
she did
that.
it with me when we first met because I was like, man, I'm not gonna do that. She goes, oh no, you are going to do it. But she did it in a way that makes you know that yeah, this is my right path. She's a director. She's a guide and a director at the same time.
Yes.
But her tact for being able to do it is her heart is always in it, and you feel it.
Oh.
And the people around her, I love to hear people talk about her. That is one of my favorite things about having this lady next. The way they talk about her in the third person, whether she's there or not. I love the way they talk about her, and the superpower is when they feel it
Yes.
because of how she speaks to them, and they see how she interacts and moves around the room.
I
So
agree.
I love that about you, and so many people they think your co-host is amazing. I'm
Oh,
like,
that's
that's
sweet.
man, that's family now.
Yeah. We are
Uh,
family.
yeah.
You really are.
Yeah.
I love
Aw,
that.
thank you, Mike. I know.
Oh.
I know. You know, I almost feel like, have you ever gone to a funeral and thought, gosh, I hope that the person that died knew all of these lovely things that were being said?
Yeah.
Because it's such a shame that we don't
Right.
have these types of conversations on a
Exactly.
more regular basis because
Exactly.
that restores humanity, not in
Yes.
just ourselves, but in one another.
And this is actually, by the way, a great team building event to
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
when you're offsite with your team.
Yeah.
Is to do this kind of
Free
thing. I've
tips.
done it. I've
Yeah.
done it in
Yes.
some of my workshops, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of took one of my superpowers, but I agree. I think that you are one of these people that you are extremely intentional in your thought, in your action, and your leadership. And that is a superpower. So if you were running your own business, you have the perfect makings of an entrepreneur because you are always thinking about how do I bring people along, but how do I make them better in the job than I am? And that is something you can't teach. You just have it. And girl, you have it.
Oh.
So you are an extremely thoughtful, intentional leader that is always thinking like, how do I make someone else shine?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's a gift, girl.
Well,
I'll watch her do that this week.
Oh, I know.
watched
She does
her
it all the
do that this
time.
week.
She does it at Bluebird. She does it all the time.
Yes. I watched her in action this week. And
Mm.
it's amazing to watch. I'm glad we're doing this exercise because
Yes, it's fun.
it's great to give someone their flowers while they're sitting and listening can understand the impact.
Yes.
And that's what you do as a coach, right?
Yeah.
We bring folks on the show to help them see that.
Yep.
We don't necessarily our outtakes. We get to do this with each other in a crazy way that we don't
Yeah.
the public.
I want to see
we're
those.
all together.
I want to see those. No? Okay.
Just the conversations we were having last night
Yeah.
on the way to dinner, and
Yes.
the one gentleman was like, "Oh, I'm not sure that I should hear this," and Don's like, "Ah,
Yes, that's right.
yeah."
There's way more. So
I love it.
it's time
Yes.
for us to do you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
ready.
Okay. Well, you can
Say
start.
something nice.
You can start because you
Yeah.
got 20 years on
20
me.
years.
I know.
20 years.
Yeah.
I know. You've probably seen me in my worst and all
And
my
everything
bad,
in
yeah,
between.
all of it in between.
We've been on good roads, bad roads, but we all come out the other side
That's right.
looking strong. That's one thing I think your superpower, your strength and resiliency shines
Mm,
through in your business and your personal and professional life.
Thank you.
That strength. We had some very hard days where you called me and we have talked.
Yep.
And those
Yep.
conversations for 2 hours
Yep.
for me to, I was just a sounding board.
Right.
I think one of my superpowers is my listening.
Yes, it is
And
for sure.
I need to just listen. I'm not fixing anything because I already know in you already have a plan in the back of your head. I just got to sit with you long enough for
Yep.
you to get all of that moved and processed in me,
Yes.
and then it manifests itself and that strength pulls it straight up in front of you. That's why your business has been successful.
Mm,
That's why your business now is very successful, and people see you as this guide, this leader, this very strong woman that can get them to the next level.
Yep.
You've been there, you've done the hard work,
Yep.
and now you're helping others do this hard work that they don't know how to do. And I
Mm,
watched you do this for others, and I watched you do it for yourself and for our industry. So I know for a fact your strength as a professional, your strength as a woman,
mm.
guides others. And people need a
Thank
follower.
you.
They need someone to look and say, okay, I want her to be the one to help me.
Oh, gosh. I feel like I
No.
might cry right now.
No.
Thank you for saying that. It does feel good to hear that. And we have known each other a long time. In fact, I called you when I was in transition of leaving the company that I had sold my business to and
Mhm.
deciding if I was going to start another company.
Yeah.
So I need to tell my husband it's Mike's fault. Mike was the one that said, yes, Dawn, go do it.
Don't do it.
Oh.
Thank you for saying that.
Oh.
Love you. I love you.
Okay. This is hard because I feel like, where do I start with
Oh.
you?
So many powers.
It is. It is. And I guess I'm going to go with the one that I'm immediately drawn to, and that is this beautiful energy that you have,
Thank you.
that love and compassion, the ability to see right into someone's soul,
Mm,
figure out what needs to leave
yes.
and what needs to come back in.
Yes.
And you can do that so beautifully in a way that it invites the person to want to sit in the presence of you
Oh, wow.
and
That's
just
big.
experience that moment.
Mhm.
And you don't you don't even probably recognize that impact that you have,
Mm.
but people just gravitate to Dawn. Do you see that?
Oh, yes.
It's almost like a moth to a flame, and they just know that you see them.
Sometimes that's good, and sometimes not so good.
Well, with every superpower,
Yes,
there's
right,
a kryptonite
right,
that goes
right,
along
right.
with it.
Yeah.
But that
Yes.
for me, just to be able to have, and I'm into the woo woo.
Yes.
You,
I know.
where you have such a level of confidence in yourself, in your abilities, but
Thank you.
not in a way that makes others feel like they are less than.
Yes.
It's just you are
right.
very comfortable in who you
Yes.
are. And what's meant for me will find me.
That is
And
right.
if it doesn't come to me, it was never mine. And
That's right.
yeah,
I love it.
it's the
Thank
love.
you for
It's
saying
the
that.
love.
What a sweet, I love this exercise. I'm so
Yeah.
glad we did it.
I know.
I mean-
I'm going to have to find, there's a bunch more, and I'm going to start sending these to you
Yes.
I mean,
on a
I
regular
think we
basis.
should. Do you know, I was telling you this
Yeah.
last night, and I know we probably have to run, but I was telling you that I had a candidate
Yeah.
who I've been working with, and I'd like to say her name, but I'm not sure I can't because
Yeah.
I think she's still working. But she is she'll know who I'm talking about, but
Yeah.
she is lovely. And we were on the phone one day and she says, Dawn, you're not like any recruiter or coach I've ever worked with. She's like, I just have to tell you something. Do you know what you are? I said, what? She says, you're an alchemist. And in the moment, I was like, okay, I think I know what that means.
Yeah.
Go look
Yeah.
it up.
Well, and if you've ever had a conversation with Sarah Richardson,
Yeah.
her verbosity is
I
just out of
mean,
this
come
world.
on.
And so,
Sarah's
yes,
ridiculous.
she also makes me consult
I
the dictionary
know.
on a
I have to
regular
look
basis.
at my Google,
Yes, I'm
you
like,
know.
oh my gosh. Okay, yes.
But anyway, I said, I think I know what that means, but I'm going to get back to you on it. And after I was reading about it, I thought, this is crazy. And I was telling a friend of mine, girlfriend of mine, and she's like, yeah, that's you. And the next day, the book, The Alchemist,
Yes.
showed up in the mail to me, but it was from my girlfriend. At first, I thought, this
Oh,
is spooky.
Yeah.
But it was my girlfriend. And I said, did you send that to me? She says, yes, you need to read this book.
Yeah.
So I'm reading it now.
Yeah.
Have you ever read
Yes,
it?
I have. I do.
How about you?
Paulo Coelho.
Yes,
I think. Yes.
yes.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Great book.
Got a new book to read.
Yeah.
Got
and
a
it's
new
short
book?
one.
It's a short one.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. That is
Such a fun
definitely you.
exercise.
It
This
is.
is fun.
I know.
I don't want to leave.
I
Thank you so
know.
much for coming. to
Thanks
the
for
show.
asking
It's
me to
been
come.
fun.
Yay.
Yeah.
We've got
Oh.
Whitney. She is our longtime friend and a wonderful guest of this show. You're going to see us together online and on LinkedIn. We're Bluebird Leaders. We're part of a wonderful organization. We've got our Executive Summit coming up in April.
April 22nd through the 24th
Yes.
in Sandestin, Florida.
Yeah.
Dawn and I will be putting on workshops. We're
Yeah.
all doing these events. Maureen here is our chief membership officer for the organization, and she has been doing great work bringing ladies to Bluebird Leaders and making sure that you have a path and a source for what you need to do next and having a guide to get there. Dawn, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me, you guys. Love
Such a
you.
blessing.
Love you both.
The buzz is here for you. We're at ViVE 2026 on the floor. If you want to find us, come down on the floor, send us a note on LinkedIn, and we'll try and find you and put you on the show. If you can't find us here, find us on thebuzzpodcast.net or any of your streaming channels. And until next time, you keep buzzing. This live show is out.
And because it's live, somebody has to push the button. So that's me.
Good job, Maureen.